I mean, what I've seen over the last 5 years is very disturbing, but it's very significant for you guys. One of the big changes I've seen is that back then, the majority of the kids were still doing what they were supposed to be doing. I mean, they'd experiment and they'd kind of mess around a little, but the majority of the kids, it was acceptable to do good. That's not the case anymore. How many kids, what do you think the percentage is at your school that smokes weed? How many think it's in the high 80s or higher? Oh no. Just the numbers I kind of tally, it's about 85% that are actively doing it. I mean, is that, are you guys seeing similar numbers?
We're from the same high school, and we can both tell you that probably, yes, 95% of the students at Newport North smoke weed every day.
And it's acceptable. The problem is it's a very acceptable practice nowadays. The problem is it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger stuff. The same thing is true with morality for like sex. When I first started in this in about 95, 96, you know, we were seeing, 15, 16-year-olds, that's when, the sexual experiences and stuff started happening and blah, 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 blah. Now, 10, 11, 12, I mean, it's significantly lower and it's worse things. The other thing that I've seen that has been very, I think, fundamental in destroying a lot of this is the internet with the webcams. How many of you guys have received one of the sexting pictures? Okay, who has not? Of the kids, only 3?
Nobody's ever sent me one.
That's a good thing, I hope.
I'm grateful.
But the other thing is with the pornography and stuff, it's so easy to go do something from the safety of your room and throw it out. And it's really changed the dynamic of relationships. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in about an hour, half an hour, about how the dynamic and the expectations of relationships. But this is something I thought that was very, very interesting. Because the reality is, people start having adult relationships 4 years after they start dating. When you start singling off, it's about 4 years is the average. After that is when the first sexual encounters and stuff start coming. So what does that say if 25% of the kids by the age of 15 are starting to do this?
They've been singling off since they were 11?
How many 11-year-olds do you know that can have an adult relationship? Doesn't that just sound absolutely ludicrous? I'm telling you, that's what's happening. How many of you guys started having more than kid friendships with boys and girls at what age? For you, Kenzie?
Probably 12 years old.
Okay, Sam?
I've been with my boyfriend since I was 14, and I gave him.
Okay. Grace?
I don't know, probably like 13. 15, 14.
I don't remember how old you are in 6th grade. I don't know my age yet.
11, 12? 11?
12.
Not yet. And that is a good thing. That is a very, very good thing. 12?
12.
Okay, so Cody? 40? Honestly, that drives me absolutely crazy. I've got to get that right. But why? Why is this happening at such an early age?
The structure of the family is not there like it used to be.
Okay, I think that plays a huge role. My mom taught adult roles for like 30 years in high school, like home ec and adult living and stuff like that. And one of the things that I've seen is there was not somebody in the home anchoring it down. How many women have to work in the workplace? How many of you guys as moms work? And boundaries. Because the problem is when both people are pulling incomes to make things work, doesn't it leave stuff in the home undone? Something has to give. And unfortunately, that's where it comes from. How many of you guys felt that growing up? Any of the kids feel that growing up? Interesting. Brittany?
My story's kind of like a group, but like literally my mom got laid off. You know about it, but like so like I've been spending 2 years after she got laid off. I spent 2 years. She was a stay-at-home mom now. She didn't look for another job because she knew that stuff needed to be done at home.
Okay.
Like she told me the day after she got laid off, it's like, I think this is gonna be better for us because you guys get promotions and everything, like, so we don't have to go back and forth. It's like, I need money kind of thing, like.
It's a very personal decision every family has to face. Kenzie?
Well, I have a different story. My mom, she chose to leave her job, but even when she was home, she was still a workaholic. My mom's, she's a workaholic. So like, she still wasn't a mom at home. She was never really there. You know, it was, hold on, I'm on the phone, or hold on, I gotta type this.
Did that affect you?
Yeah, it was really annoying.
There's some stuff that goes along with this. And it's not judgment, it's just the facts of what things are and how we have to deal with them. Because you guys are growing up in a completely different generation than previous. And you're gonna have to address these issues. You guys are gonna have to address these with how you're raising your kids. I mean, you guys know what kind of parents you wanna be? It's coming fast. Realistically, for this group, all but just a few of you guys, in the next 5 to 7 years, all these major decisions are gonna be made. Career, education, and spouse. And then kids follow that very, very shortly. So these are questions that you guys are gonna have to really start thinking about and answering.